at the end you know nothing. Information is not enough. If you want the process, you're going to fail. The limitation you face can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing.
I'm truly ashamed.
What they had? Nothing. This is the limitation they face. They don't know much about the outside world. And what made me realize they don't have to know about it. People don't really believe that a person can change. And this is the process what it takes. Within this episode of Brogues, which turned out to be our first ever podcast talk, our main goal with all this is really to be better, to get better, to improve our lives so we can be inspiration for people around us. I believe there's a lot of people out there that see the potential in themselves. They just don't know what to do exactly. And there are some questions that they don't find answers to. So I believe this podcast is going to help with that. We're going to talk about everything that we know and everything that we're going to learn in the process of becoming better. So you can join us with this journey, which is self-improvement. So before we move into the episode, I want to ask you a quick favor. I know it's a little early to ask anything at this point, but I truly want you to join us for this journey. By the most simple thing you can support us is subscribing. But enough talking, let's dive into the episode. Musa, if somebody watching this from the outside, what they're going to expect from watching this, what they're going to learn from all this conversation?
Well, to be honest, I prepared for some questions for you so that I can understand how you manage to get into this kind of mentality. Mm-hmm. So my questions are most related to the start of your journey. Okay. My first question to you is, what made you realize that you want this lifestyle?
So, if anybody doesn't know what is the journey that Musa is referring to, it is basically a personal development which comes from a lifestyle that you had all the way, because the way you grew up, your environment, your not genetics, but school, what people taught you around you, you have a lifestyle. And to jump from there to a different kind of lifestyle, which just doesn't fit the old lifestyle in general, because your aim is to get better, and by your aim is getting better, you have to sacrifice things. And it just comes with a lot of small sacrifices, which will lead you to be in a position where you were never before. There is a quote I really liked, I really like, and it says, "To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did." Which is just so powerful in my opinion, because it applies to personal development in many areas. What made me start my journey is I always thought that I am better than doing what I used to do. I always had this thought that I can do better. I can achieve more. I can be in places where I'm dreaming of. The only thing held me back is my thoughts about it. Because I let people's thoughts affect me the way I think about it. I limited myself to a certain situation where I didn't let myself grow in general. But when I let that expression go away, I started to see everything bright again. I'm not saying that everything is perfect, because of course it is a learning process. And when I learned that it is a learning process, I wasn't caring of it as much as I did in the past. Because now, if I mess up something, I'm okay with it. It is totally fine to mess up. It is totally fine to do something wrongly. If you want the process, you're going to fail. You're going to fail a lot. And when I understand that, it was way easier to process through the journey. And of course, at the end, I want to get better so everyone around me is better, because I believe if I'm better, I can influence others to be better as well. And this is my main goal with it. It is not easy. It is a difficult journey. It is a lifestyle. It's not for everyone. Definitely not for a weak person, because it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of courage to stand out and go away from everything that you used to normalize and people normalized in the past life. So yeah, This is my question to it. This is my answer to it.
Yeah, like you phrased everything in a very good way, to be honest. So basically, you sound for me like these answers are new for me too. Even though I'm your brother, we lived apart in different countries for like a good period of time. So there are a lot of things that I don't know about you. So this podcast is going to be a journey to relearn everything about my own blood brother. So maybe I will get emotional in this podcast a little bit. Maybe not. Well, we'll see. So with your answer, I figured out that you are a completely different person. That you are a very motivational person. That you can motivate like everyone around you. So my next question for you. For this mental change that you went through, was there anyone as motivating in your life or something, not necessarily a person, something that motivated you to step on this journey or not?
Yeah, so coming back to the thing that you said, I'm a completely different person and you kind of don't know me as your own brother. I understand that because there's a lot changed. And people don't really believe that a person can change a lot during period of time. It can be a small or big time. People think that, oh, I know this person, and if he changed, he doesn't really... this is why I hate this phrase. Oh, he changed.
Yeah.
That was the whole purpose of it. I wanted to change because I wanted better. I've seen a vision where I belong, and I take the sacrifice to move from one rock to another so I can be better. So for the people that says, oh, he's better, he changed, he don't want to talk to us anymore because he thinks he's better. Yes, I am better than I was before. The way you think about it is exactly the people that I want to avoid in my life, because these are the people that avoided me in the past. Whoever this person is, it can be my own blood, it can be my best friend. If I let those people hold me back, I wouldn't reach the vision that I put to myself. So it is really a situation where if you want to grow with me, I would be more than happy to take you with me along the journey. And even I would like you to surpass me. That's the main point. I want to grow with my loved ones. But if I see that someone is holding me back, this is the point that I know it's not going to be comfortable for me, for them, but I have to cut them out.
Yeah.
Cut them out doesn't mean that I cut them out completely. Cut them out means I had a circle, a very close people, very few people within my circle. So I let very few people within my circle. The people that were inside and doesn't align with my journey to help me move forward, and I cannot help them move forward, I just move them out of the outer circle. It doesn't mean I push them away completely, because we had memories, but I don't want those memories to be the decider for my future. I just move them to an outsider circle. If in the future something happen, they can come in the close circle again. They are always welcome, as long as they don't hold me back. Especially if I let them know that, listen, I respect you, I love you as my friend, I love you as my brother, here are my goals, I want to get better. My journey starts in a way people will laugh a lot of time. People will not believe a lot of time. And this is the time when I say, okay, I gotta make this step. It's not going to be comfortable. I do me, you do you. If you need me in the future, I'm here for you. But for now, we have two separated ways. And it takes courage to step up and tell that close friend. A lot of people just disappear, ghost their loved ones, which will backfire later on. But if you're smart about it, you prepare for this situation by standing out by your decisions. That's all. So you coming here and we starting this podcast is really a step for us to even get closer, know each other more, know about our goals, who are this person that's sitting in front of us. So I'm really happy we made this step, and I'm really looking forward to grow in the future, grow together, and at the end, we're brothers, our own blood. Who in this world I would want to be sitting here beside to? You're the only person that I trust 100% beside my family, like in the world. Yeah. My own blood. So knowing that, taking advantage of it, we are here, we're improving together. I help you, you help me. Yeah. There shouldn't be jealousy. There shouldn't be, he have more, he's doing more. This has to be cut out, because as soon as there is any negative thoughts, you don't just affect the other, you affect yourself way more. Yeah. Same applies to every relation in life. This is why I started to love human psychology recently, because it just applies to everything in life. Business, content creation. If you want to inspire people, you need to study human psychology. If you want to have a relationship with anyone, marriage, relationship with your parents, your mom, the way how you talk, the way how you impress yourself, the way everything applies to human psychology. If you understand the basics, you're way better person just by understanding the basics. And that can be improved during the future. It is a process. You just have to know that I'm here in a learning phase. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to not know something. It's okay to be uncomfortable. All these are normal. We have to normalize those. Because in those normalization, if you normalize them, you're gonna grow. And this is your aim. Coming back to your question. Can you remind me one more time, please?
Yeah, of course. So basically, in a simple way, did you find anything or anyone to inspire you to step on this journey, to start this whole process?
So, thank you for taking the mic. My throat was hurting. Take a little bit of sip of water. So yeah, coming to this question, I feel it's a little bit complicated. It's a little bit complicated because in my mind, I would say that there is people that influenced me. There is people that made me better. I'm referring here to my father, to the people that I look up to when I was younger. But the more I grow, the more I come to the conclusion that somehow they limited me for a certain period of time. So I would say I wanted to get better, but I didn't know how to. And this made me do a lot of decisions that I'm not proud of currently. I'm referring here to starting doing drugs, going to parties, and just for context, being a Muslim, all these shouldn't be allowed.
Is that haram?
It is haram. And for a period of time, I moved away from religion completely. Everything that is haram, I did, which I'm not proud of. But the main concern that I wanted to get better, but I didn't know how. And because not finding those answers, I started to look for an escape. An escape which led me to have short period of satisfaction. Going out with friends, wasting time around, playing games in my free time. I just wanted something which change my focus a little bit so I don't think about those things, which was hard. I couldn't find myself. I lost even myself during the process. I didn't know, after doing that for a period of couple of years, I lost myself during the process. I didn't know who I was anymore. So to be able to be in this situation and see that enough is enough, I cannot rely on anybody else but myself if I want to change. And to make this decision takes a lot of hard days, hard decisions to go through. You've been in kind of a depression phase, which I didn't see it as a depression when I was in it, but now looking back at it, it was hell of a depression, and I would never want to go back there. So I made this decision based on all the effects that it impacted me in the past. I'm not proud of it, but it was still me. And I would say those made me even realize better that I want to change. And the change that I'm looking for is not in my comfort zone. So I was just digging. The more I tried, the more I failed, the more I learned. The more I learned, the more I found out about the things that really resonates with me. The more I did that, the more I started to find myself. I'm still in the process of finding myself by the decisions that I stand by the things that I want to do in the future, everything. It's a process, and it's not going to be a short process. But as long as we're getting better and we're not looking backwards, just focusing on the future, just focusing on you getting better, it will make everything around you perfect. Not perfect in a way that you don't have struggles, perfect in a way that as long as you're better, the people that you care about is also better. Because you came from no one, let's face it. Who would you inspire? Your sister? Why should she look up to you as a person? Your own child? What is the thing that you do besides work, which everybody does work? You're not special just by working, providing food, putting food to the table, roof to my head. 95% of the people have those. The people that don't have those are a different kind of story. But they cannot also say that this is my excuse. Because the person that wants to get better, so people around them are better, they have to rely on themselves. There was motivation, of course, inspiration that I seen on the internet, big names that talk about growth, talk about things that's out of vision for me, because I hear it, it sounds nice, but the second day I forget about it. So the more that happened, I listen to something, I feel like I'm learning when I hear him, but then I don't do action and it fades away. In that process, I feel like I'm growing. I feel like I'm moving forward. So these are the people that I inspire, I get inspiration from. But did I learn anything from them at the end? Not necessarily, because I was just filling my mind with information that are not true. Information is not enough. You need transformation, which comes from implementation. This is the only way. Talking about the thing is not doing the thing. Thinking about the thing is not doing the thing. Talking to someone about doing the thing is not doing the thing. The only thing is doing the thing is doing the thing. That's it. There is no left and right. You have to get out there, put dirt on your hand, sweat on your armpit, and get after it. Day by day. Wake up early. Start there. You're lost. Start small. When you start small, these little steps will add up in the future, and it will be easier to progress through the progress that you promised yourself that you want to have. So this was my inspiration. I took little inspiration, and it added up. But at the end, I relied on myself, on doing the thing. That's the only thing which was the life-changing, in my opinion. Today's video is sponsored by Ultrahuman. They have created this smart ring that helps you to track your sleep, your recovery, and your metabolism in real time. Since I use it, it's more easy for me to track my performance without getting distracted, because there is no screen on it, so it only gives you the insight that you're looking for. So if you're serious about optimizing your sleep, your recovery, and your energy time during the day, this is really a game changer. Additionally, in my opinion, it looks really cool. So if it sounds something that you would like to get for yourself or for someone that you know, then there's an affiliate link in the description which will give you an additional 10% discount code. It will also help grow this channel. But let's go back to the episode.
Like, I don't know what happened to you, brother, but the way you talk, the confidence that you speak in is truly a different person than I knew before. So basically, I'm so surprised about you, about your progress, about your mental health changing. Like you were a different person completely. So basically, you went through a lot. You went through really a lot of things, a lot of bad things that made you a better person. And I completely look up to you. Even though you are younger than me, I look up to you because your decisions in life made you who you are right now and made you step in this improving lifestyle. Like, even though you see yourself as a better person, you don't stop this journey just because you know you are better than you were before. You were yesterday. Like, you inspired me to be better. Like, I'm not saying that I'm good person. I also see that I'm improving day by day, day after day, and this is like mostly thanks to you. Because really, I look up to you. You can be considered as a role model, not just for me, for anyone that went through the same process, the same struggles in life. Because let's face it, in today's day and age, there are a lot of depressed young people, be it men or women. And to be able to step out of this depression, even though, as you said, as you mentioned, you were depressed, but you didn't even know that you are in a depressed phase. And I think anyone out there who is trying to avoid the things that should be faced in life, with partying, with drugs, as you said, with playing, with going out with friends, like basically wasting your time with anything but improving. Because let's face it, partying and going out are fun stuff, but does it really let you improve? I don't think so. In my opinion, it's exactly the opposite. Like, partying is going to affect your life in a bad way, not necessarily in a good way. Like, you go out, you stay outside late at night, and because of that, the next day you will wake up at noon, not at the morning. Your whole day routine changes because of that. So basically, it affects your life in a bad way. So I know it's easier that way, but is it really beneficial for your life? Well, I think everyone knows the answer to this. So it takes a lot of courage and a lot of discipline to step out of this comfort zone and try to improve. So yeah, basically that's it. I truly look up to you because you didn't have anyone to look up to follow in their steps. You basically like looked around yourself and realized that this lifestyle doesn't suit you. You need to change. And this takes a lot of courage, a lot of, well, it takes a lot in general to make the first steps, because we all know everything in life, the hardest part of anything you start are the first few steps. And you did it all alone. So I don't know what to say about it. I feel ashamed because I'm, as a big brother, I should have been your role model. And I wasn't there for you. And I'm so sorry about it. And it's like, I'm truly ashamed. Yeah. Yeah. So, this aside, let's okay. Let's hear what she wants you to say.
First of all, thank you for all the nice words that you said. You truly making a grown-ass man blush and almost cry. I'm gonna say it because it really touched my heart. Because this was my intention with starting my journey overall in the first phase. Not just for myself, but to pull everyone with me up there where I see the vision. So just for you to know, I like that you mentioned that it takes courage to get out of comfort zone. It takes a lot of uncertainty, doubts, a lot of fear within you to step out of the comfort zone. And you're doing it exactly right now. Not just now, but everything you did to make the change happen. And this is the process, what it takes to get better. Because as long as you tell yourself, I don't need help, I know everything, let me tell you, you think you know everything. At the end, you know nothing. Because if you know everything that you say, you would be exactly where you are. And if you are looking to the mirror and truly look to the eye of yourself and ask, am I proud of the person that I'm looking into? You're by yourself. You cannot lie to yourself. If the answer is no.
Apologies for the interruption. We faced some technical issues within our audio quality, and for that reason you will hear some minor changes in our voices. So moving on, we'll try our best to avoid these mistakes in the future. Thank you for understanding.
Then you're doing a lot of things wrong. You just don't know about them. And the answer that kills you most of the time is the answer that you don't know the answers to. You think you know it, but most of the times you don't. And a lot of people think they know something and they truly don't. To be able to step out there and try things, which you do exactly right now, this is why I want to give you a round of applause, because it takes courage. It takes to be in this situation, not comfortable at all. Before I give you the mic, I want to emphasize another thing that you mentioned, which was at the end. What did you say exactly? When I told you, give me the mic.
Well, I was like telling you that I'm looking up to you because you did all this.
Ashamed and
Yeah. You did all this like on your own because I wasn't there for you, and I'm ashamed. Basically, that's that's what I told the last time.
Exactly. So it is a bit frustrating now that we only have one mic and we have to pass it over all the time. But now we gotta work with what we have. It is a process, as we all know. So we are improving day by day. And what you said is completely wrong. You shouldn't be ashamed of a thing that you didn't know exist. How come you give yourself credit or uncredit to a thing that you didn't even know exist? Let's say this is a katana. If I have zero knowledge about katana, and we are sitting here, I'm telling you a lot about, oh, this is the katana that was forged in Japan, that they used it to behead the king of Norway. You will have no idea about all the things. Should you be ashamed of the things that I'm telling you about because you don't know the answers to? No. The same thing with self-improvement. Self-improvement is a thing that is not there for everyone. You don't born with this knowledge. If we go back all the way to Adam, he didn't start the self-improvement process by himself. It developed. Somebody started. They didn't have anybody to look up to. It just clicks with some people. Some people click with them earlier. Some people click later. Some people have the inspiration to look up to someone. It is different. You cannot give yourself the shame that you're telling me now, that I'm ashamed because you didn't have anyone to look up to. This is bullshit. This is bullshit because you didn't know that existence. And you cannot give yourself uncredit for that. So it is really a situation where the way you live your life, the places you go to, is going to be different than mine. The struggles that you go through, I'm pretty sure you've gone through many struggles. Maybe even, I believe even bigger struggles than I did. It was different journey. The way how I learned is not the way how you learned. But at the end, to come out of it and say, yes, I did a mistake. Yes, I need to improve. This is what it takes to get better. To admit to yourself that you did something wrong and not be proud of it, but know that, okay, I'm mistaken. Own it within you. Say it so other people know it and learn. And this is exactly what you're doing. So this is why you shouldn't be ashamed of anything, because you're not looking back to what happened. You're moving forward. You want to get better. You cannot define yourself by the past. People changes. What I was in the past, I did a lot of bad things. I'm not shaming myself. I'm not shaming myself. I'm not talking about it proudly, but it was still me. That was still you. You cannot be shaming yourself. Your progress was dependent on that. Everything you did there, now you put it in your mind, you learn from it, you move forward. So when you want to grow in the future, you can be inspired your children, people around you, your wife, your family, and they will inspire others as well. You keep it in the blood. You cannot shame yourself for something you didn't know about. This is my totally transparent to it. I'm not here just to make you look better. I'm not here just to make you feel better. This is the truth. And if you don't accept it, there is something that your past self is still limiting you till today. No. And if the growth is the plan, you want to avoid that. Your past, leave it there. Your focus is in the future. Also, coming to the conclusion, the topic that there's a lot of depressed people and it takes courage to step out and start this, and they don't know that they are depressed. This is completely true. And I've seen it a lot.
Yeah.
And maybe this is why I started my journey. Not completely, maybe, I'm telling maybe. It was part of it. But there is a specific person who I met in China. She was a 42-year-old mother of two, divorced. She had big depression. And just by talking to her, I had zero knowledge about all the self-improvement. I was nowhere in my journey. I was just talking to her. When we talked, I've seen how a positive mentality which I had in that time. I had a lot of depression, but I had my mind positive. Everything I tried to look as a joke. I didn't care about much things as like negative situations. I always tried to find the positive within it. And the person that I'm referring to, she's seen everything in a negative way. And the way we clicked is we started to talk, express ourselves, talk about different topics. She started to feel good around me because I made her feel good about herself just by being positive. And later on, when we clicked, we hang out more. We started to dig deeper into conversations and topics, depression, why she feels the way she feels. And then we started to talk. I really felt like it was kind of a therapy for her. Even though I didn't see it as a therapy, I just really talked to her because I cared about her. And as long as it wasn't about me anymore, I was really concerned about her getting better. I started seeing results straight away. Not even a week passed by. Day by day, I've seen the results changing in front of my eye. She was getting better. She was getting more positive. She was getting more happy. Everything affected it. And because that, the people around her also started to like hanging out with her even more. Because her expression changed. The way she expressed herself changed. Her energy changed. Everything about her changed. Just by the way she think about certain things. Because the way that she think about certain things, she will think about herself, which will express to other people. And that was also a major point in my life where I decided that, I came to a realization that helping others is really something that makes me feel good about myself. And to be able to inspire others and really help them to become better, I gotta be better by myself. So now looking back and thinking about all that, it adds up now why I choose to be a better person in general. I want to inspire others, and the way how I can inspire others is by getting better by myself. And you're also a true vision to that. I get better to a certain space. Of course, there is no end to it, because as soon as I stop getting better, I will stop bringing people up with me. And my main goal is not just to bring up you with me, and you can also bring up the people that you learn through your process, but everyone close to me. So continue where we started. We had some technical issues. It is our first podcast, so forgive us. We're going to get better in the future. This is the process, as we talked about earlier. We are here improving. We are here learning. We are here inspiring. So as you can see, technical issues, normal issues. You're going to face a lot of ups and downs during whatever you do. You just have to stick through it and keep going. Know your values and don't let anybody talk you out of it. Don't let it affect you, because you're going to face a lot of ups and a lot of downs. Even more downs, I would say. But you gotta keep going. So continue. Yeah, so this was really all the situations that I believe it added up, and it helped me to forge the person I am today.
You didn't have a basic lifestyle. Well, at an early age, a modeling agency found you, and because of that, you had to travel a lot and see a lot of cultures. So, simply put, did your journey helped you with forging your lifestyle, forging your ways of viewing things right now, or not?
I mean, of course, I believe everybody have their own way of thoughts, because the way they live, because the situations they put themselves into, the places they go to, the people they hang out with, all those situation, what happens in their life, it can be either small or big, will affect the people how they live by. This is why most people are limited to a certain lifestyle, because it is normal for them. They born, they go to a kindergarten, they go to school, they go to college, they go to university, not because necessarily they want to, it is because this is what the normal is within their family, within their lifestyle. If you don't go to university, a lot of people will say, oh, you won't get a job. But if you think about it, university is preparing for you to have the lifestyle of going to job, getting home, maybe playing a little bit with your kids, sleep. Next day, wake up and do this for at least 40, 50 years of your life. And I rarely, maybe out of a million people, I see one that is truly happy with this kind of lifestyle. So if this is the life that you see, this is the normal that you have. And I have a very nice, good story related to this. I were in the Philippines and we rented those motorbikes. It was really nice. You rented it out for maybe €4 for the whole days. And you just circle around in villages because there's a lot of small islands. And we were in the islands called Cebu. Cebu is a city. Afterwards, we landed there with a flight. Then we went to a smaller island called Bohol. Bohol, there we rented a motorbike. Me and my wife, we had extremely fun. We went to a lot of places. We went to places that we shouldn't be going there. I don't know. But there were a lot of poor people along the way. We ended up in streets going hills, like we didn't even know where we are. We didn't continue looking to the map. We just thought of like, fuck it, we're going to go here because it looks fun. We are here to explore. We seen villages where people nearly have roof under their head. This is their normal. And the best part of it, there were like maybe one street, let's say 800 meter, 1 kilometer length. And there is like around 40 houses spread out on the sides. And the way you see this village is not even a road, it is dirt road. So they don't have anything. And these hills, nice. The view is amazing. The weather was beautiful. But when we went there with the motorbike, we were thinking with my wife, like, how these people throw out trash? Where do they go with it? How they buy groceries? They had some stores, like small stores within the village, but how do you buy the essentials and all that? And we were going there and there were kids playing around. Every single kid, when we passed by, they stand out the corner of the side of the road and they put out their hands like this, like, hey, give me a clap, give me a clap. And as we passed by, me and my wife, like, we clapped them all. And they were happy, super happy. What they had? Nothing. They had nothing. But this is the limitation they face. They don't know much about the outside world. And what made me realize they don't have to know about it. They live a happy life. Why would you choose to know more about things? Maybe change your lifestyle. Maybe have things that you think you want, but at the end, will it make you happier? When I realized this question, I really was like, do I really want to drive a Lamborghini just to prove to people that I'm worthy enough, I have money? Who are these people that I want to prove to them? People I don't even know, people I don't even like. Why would I want to prove to them anything within my existence? I can choose my own happiness based on the things around me. I don't need to have those things to make me happy. So, based on that story, the limitation you face can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. It can be a bad thing if it affects you in a way that you're not happy with yourself. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to have a lot of friends. You don't need to have a lot to be able to be happy. This is why life in cities is depressed in general, because average people and low mediocre people see the lifestyle of the riches, see the cars they drive, see the people respect towards them, see that they can buy whatever they want. They will start to have jealousy. They will start to want their life, but they don't know how to get there. They will start to be saying, oh, but his parents are rich. He had easy life. Hell no, this is not the case. But the thing that separates you from him is to step back a little bit and see the vision from the outside. Probably that guy that driving a Lamborghini worked his ass off to get there. Most likely he's not happy because he's going through a lot. He have a lot of stress during his day. He have to manage business, a lot of noise, everything happening around him. He chose that lifestyle for a reason. But it's not necessarily he's happy. Maybe some people, yes, most of the time, it's going to be struggle. If you choose this lifestyle, fine. Some people really like this lifestyle. There is no really going about it. But when you start comparing yourself to these people, this is when you start to... It's like a little thief coming in and stealing your joy away. Stealing your expressions, stealing your emotions even. So when you think about it, okay, I don't really need to care about them, but me, where I was, what are the things that I can change right now? Because let's face it, the best time was to start that change was when I born, but I didn't know about it then. Then when was the next best time? 10 years ago, also I didn't know about it. 5 years ago, a year ago, I didn't know about it. So when do you know about it? Right now. When you can change about it? Right now. Will it make your change within a year? Within a week? Within a day? I don't know how long it's going to take. But if you don't take that step, 10 years ahead, looking back, you would say, I wish I would have started when I knew about it. And if you don't take that step, if you take that step, after 10 years, you're going to see a lot of changes happen. So yeah, your environment plays big role in who you become. That limitation can be a curse. That limitation can be also a good thing. This is up to you to decide how you feel about it and how it affects you. There's another saying that I really love for the people that want to get better and they limit themselves based on the people around them, what they tell them, how they see different things, how they approach different things, is my opinion and my advice to those people that anything that doesn't sound normal, or how is it? Anything that sounds stupid to an average person is probably worth doing. Meaning, because it sounds stupid to them, I really don't want to continue living your lifestyle. So if you wouldn't go about it because fear of losing, uncertainty, like those limitations that you have, I don't want it to affect me. So if it sounds stupid to you, it's probably worth doing, because at the end of it, I might not gain anything, but you cannot not gain anything, because either way, you're gonna learn about it. Even if you have to limit yourself to certain things if it's stupid, because it can injure yourself in a way that will make you unstable forever. Of course, you gotta make your own balance to it. But in general, starting a business, for example, did you know that only 9% of the people in the world ever start a business? Within those 9%, only 20% continues to grow after a year passed by. Meaning, only 4% of the world start a business in general. So the majority, 94%, 96% of the people will probably tell you it is stupid. Why don't you go the way that is guaranteed? Take a job, have a life, settle down. Why would I want to listen to you? If it sounds stupid to you, it's probably worth doing because I don't want your lifestyle. Right? So this is a saying I live by. I really love it. I go out and I see an average person and ask him a question about something. If he say it's stupid, it's probably worth doing.
Yeah, so I kind of knew your answer to those questions. I just wanted to hear your thought process about it. And moving on, I have a question for you, or it's not even a question. It's about your vision, your thought process again, basically, about something that you told me when I arrived a week ago to Budapest. And it's about, I don't know if you remember, it's about the motivation. Can you rephrase it?
Okay, so I don't remember exactly what did I say in the moment, but I'm going to try my best to walk through my thought process about motivation, and maybe it will be the same, maybe something will click. But the way I see motivation, it should be a tool to make you move forward. It shouldn't be something that you rely onto. This is why I don't like too much of the motivation talks, something which will make you fire up. Because if you don't know how to handle it, it will backfire. It will make you start a specific journey. Let's say, for example, an exercise. You start working out. But as soon as that motivation fades away within you, you don't have access to hear the same motivation. The next day, you won't be demotivated. It takes a lot of uncomfort to be able to have that motivation back again. And you're not ready for that part yet. So if you rely on motivation, you will start the journey, yes. You're going to do it for a week, for a month, let's say for a couple months. But eventually, it will fade away. Because the noise within you, the motivation, what kept you going, will fade away. This is why you gotta focus on discipline instead. When you don't feel like going, you tell yourself, okay, I'm aware of it. I don't feel like going. I stand up and do it anyway. Within your brain, something clicks which will make you go through hard times easier on the long run. And this is something to be practiced. I do ice bath not because I love ice bath. I hate ice bath. It's freezing. It's cold. I don't like it. But I do it because I don't want to, if that makes sense. I do it because I know by the end of it, I come out of it and I will get better by it. I go out for the run, not because I like running. And I don't believe anyone really, truly love running. This is why I respect runners so much, because they have the dedication and the discipline to get up and do it anyway. Running is boring. Sucks most of the time. When it's cold, when it's raining. I see out here, I'm editing my videos and I look through the windows, it's raining and there is a guy passing by running. And I'm like, hell yeah, this is the guy that I look up to. He have the dedication, the discipline to go through the hard times and keep moving forward.
Yeah, not a motivation.
It's not a motivation. When you're motivated, great, use it. But don't rely on it. Just tell yourself, oh yeah, I'm highly motivated now and I know I'm motivated. You shouldn't tell yourself, oh yeah, I'm going to get big, I'm going to crush everything. Because this is the motivation. When you didn't had much knowledge about it before and something clicked like that, of course you don't know it at the time, but this is what kills most dreams. You start a journey, you think you're gonna get big, but you fade away because the motivation faded away and you don't continue your journey. This is why I tell anyone that listen to music most of the time, that like the beats and everything when they in the gym, as soon as you cut out that music, I've seen it a lot of time. They pack their stuff because my AirPods run out of battery. I put my stuff and I go home. Why? Because I don't have music. I work out with music. Let's say, for example, you don't have it. You rely on something so you can achieve things. You need to cut out everything. Every outside noise. Motivation is an outside noise as well. It's there for a moment, but as soon as it's not there, you start to lose faith and lose that momentum. This is why I personally try to anything connected to my emotionals, to my feelings, emotions, I try to use it. When I'm angry, good, I use it. When I'm happy, great, I use it. Whatever your emotions is you're going through, you're frustrated, good, use it. Whatever it is, you can use it if you're aware of it. If you're not aware of it, it guides you. And you want to avoid that if you want gains, if you want to be successful in specific areas. Do you think the best runner in the world, do you think the best athletes in the world focus on motivation? Absolutely not. Most of the times, they do this shit over and over and over and over again, so they become the best at it. This is the people that you want to take inspiration from. They don't rely on motivation. If they do, they would never be the best at it. This is I don't know if this is the exactly thing that I told you in the moment or something similar, but this is how I see motivation.
Yeah, so I'm very satisfied with your answer to this question. Basically I asked you this question again so that it can help me lock in this knowledge. Basically it applies, as you said, not only for the motivation, but every feeling that you have temporary. Feelings are temporary, as we all know. And if you can use these feelings for your advantage as a booster for your engine, because your engine should be the discipline. Basically the discipline should be the engine in your car, and every other emotion, for example, the motivation, the anger, the happiness, everything else should be the booster for the engine. So, moving on, where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
Where do I see myself in 10 years? I cannot really give you an answer to that. Within 10 years, based on my experience, just from the last year, a lot can happen within a year. Within 10 years, there are certain goals I want to achieve in my mind, but by the time I get to there, I'm pretty sure my vision will change, my interest kind of will change somehow. So saying where do I see myself, I cannot answer to that question properly. I wish in my current situation that within 10 years I want to have a family, kids, children, at least 4. So living in Qatar, this is my wife's and the destination that we talked about, that where we want to live, have a house, life. I don't really know where do I see myself, but I know certain things that I want to achieve. I definitely want to keep this podcast going. By the time, I don't know how we're going to or change things. This is why I cannot really give you a proper answer to that. But yeah, I just really want to focus on getting better so I can make my surroundings better as well. I really hope my parents are gonna leave their bad habits and they get better as well within our circle, so they can be even more influential to our sisters. As we know, we have the little sister Sophia, she's 6 still. I really want her to grow up with full potential, that she believes in something she can do and she go out and do it. And I don't want her to be limited to certain things because the outside noise that is pushed out to her as the same way that it was pushed out to us. So this is my thought process. I cannot really think too much ahead because, as I said, it's going to change. All I know that I want to move forward by getting better in life aspect of life, health, wealth, business-wise. I want to improve myself so everyone around me improves.
Yeah, so basically, this is the kind of the answer that I was waiting for, to be honest, because this shows that nothing is scripted. Everything is genuine in this podcast. Nothing is really scripted. So, yeah, that was a great answer. And, well, to be honest, I'm kind of running out of questions to ask you. So yeah, I think that this was a good opening episode for our podcast for Brogues, I believe. 2 Brogues or Brogues. We haven't decided yet. Yeah, we'll see. And yeah, thank you for having me, brother.
I mean, thank you not for having me. It is going to be me, you and I. So there is no thank you for having me. We're here to improve ourselves and also inspire anyone who's watching out there, inspire the people around us. So it is a process. There's a lot of benefits from it, and I hope it's going to be a great opportunity moving in the future for the both of us. So yeah, this is all it. And later on in the episodes, we're gonna get more hang of this podcast thing, how to talk, what are the things that we need to talk about. But I don't think that we need to stress about it, because the main concern about it is to learn, to grow about each other, about life, about growth, everything that moves us forward and not backwards. And this is what you're going to be expecting from this podcast. Anyone who's watching, you're going to see the true, authentic way of how people grow. And you can either join us or you can just watch us from the outside, have a popcorn and laugh about us. Whatever you feel comfortable with. At the end, it is a process and it takes time to be good at it. Thank you, brother, for this talk. And I'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you, bro.